Hey, Theology 101 here. This is kind of a new and improved version of one of my older videos. Okay, so at the moment of the Big Bang, time was created. The energy and matter cannot cause itself, because if there was activity before the Big Bang, then there would have been time. Time is basically changing from one point to the next. Regardless if they are causeless events or events that were caused externally by some other naturalistic force, if there was activity before the Big Bang, there would be time. And if there was time, there would be an infinite regress of cause and effect. Eventually, we have to regress to a point of timelessness, because if we don't regress back to this state of timelessness, then we would have an infinite regress, and that's just not possible. You cannot reach infinity backwards. So if there was a moment, an external cause, or uncaused external event, it would have to be not bound by time because of the nature of causality I've just spoke of. In a materialistic view of the world, you cannot demonstrate something that is not bound by time, that is within matter. So it would have to be something beyond matter. So it seems we have this dichotomy of either there was or wasn't time before the Big Bang. And if there was time, we deal with an infinite regress. And if there wasn't time, then there could have never been this event because there would be no activity. Now, would God have to be in time to create something? Well, God wouldn't have to be in time to cause time, because time is a moment of change. Like I said, from one point to the next, there is change in between. Now, God isn't the one changing here. He would be unchanging. He is creating time, making a change outside of himself. He is not changing himself, rather changing something external to him. And one doesn't have to be subject to change to create a change. Once you have the singularity, you have no change. As soon as it begins to change, you have time. Are we to presume that this singularity goes from no change in no time to changing in time? Even if the universe is without a cause, are we to expect an uncaused event to produce order and natural laws, when it is by definition completely and utterly random? Now, you could save this interpretation with an ad hoc hypothesis and theorize of a natural selection of universes or a multiverse, something along those lines. Something with no evidence, and its only purpose is to combat my claim from what we know of causality, singularities, and random order. Because for evolution to work, we need natural selection to select upon the random change. And without a selection effect for our own, this universe, the order being produced by an ultimately random, uncaused event seems to be against what we already know of how order is produced. The universe is in motion, and for something to move it, then that would be caused to move by something else unless there is something to set it all going, which would itself be unmoved.